So many times they gave the ball away. Is that complacency? Is that, well, we've been there, done that, we've won the Champions League? Is that Zidane not putting them out with the right mentality? Where does the blame lie?
Maybe a combination of everything. But what I would tell you is that the mistakes are not coming from new guys. They're not coming from young guys. No. Yeah. It's Sergio Ramos giving the ball away.
Yeah. Modric has got a Ballon d'Or in his pocket. He's the current Ballon d'Or.
And he turns and he's like, let me give it to this guy. Oh, wait, he's not in our team. And it was happening all across the board. It was happening all over the field. And so that's symptomatic of a larger issue with Real Madrid. Is because it's not just one guy having a bad night. It's a bunch of guys having bad nights. As to the performance of Eden Hazard, we have mentioned and kind of hinted at that maybe the honeymoon is coming to an end. It's over. Yeah. Honeymoon is over. Yeah. It's over with Eden Hazard because there's a level of expectation when you bring a guy like that in. And you put the number 7 on him. Yep. And that's a guy. And he's going to score the goals. And he's going to create for us. And he's going to be the difference maker. He was bland. He was insipid. He was timid. In times against Club Brugge defenders in 1v1 situations, he goes at him, and then eventually just kind of cuts back and takes the easy way out, pass the ball back to Marcelo, pass the ball back to whoever is trailing just to kind of keep possession. When are we going to see the Eden Hazard that takes somebody on and actually breaks somebody down and takes a shot on goal himself or creates an opportunity for somebody else? It's not happening. It hasn't happened yet. And to be honest, he's running out of time to where Real Madrid fans and Real Madrid as a whole are going to say, wait a minute. You're supposed to be something different. Right now, you're not that.
Areola looked a lot better than Courtois, by the way,
He did. When he came on, made one outstanding save. And Areola, quality goalkeeper. And Courtois, as good as he is, he's not been that great for Real Madrid. And I think positioned in some danger now. Areola kept a clean sheet against Osasuna a couple of weeks ago. But Real Madrid, for me, this is a performance that smacked of arrogance from back to front. From Modric giving the ball away cheaply for the second goal, for the way that Sergio Ramos, supposedly the world's best centre-back, steps up in the most awful attempt at an offside trap for the first. And then to Brugge, to their credit, they just think we only have to leave 2 up front, play with some pace, and Real Madrid in all kinds of trouble. And that's exactly what happened.
I think that's it. Sorry, I forgot to say. I think that's a good leveler for them again. Never think it's a bad thing sometimes because they're going to get through this group. And there was a little bit of talk, and I don't know what it's been like in Spain, but there's been a little bit of talk about, this is us back. With Sevilla, we defended great, and we got the result. They had no shots on target. We got the win. Atletico Madrid, we soaked it up for a bit. We defended great. And I think that was a leveller again tonight. And I do think what Shaq's saying there and what I was saying is it's almost like we don't have to do the basics tonight because it's Club Brugge and we're at the Bernabeu. And I think it's a good thing for Zidane to be able to go back in and say, listen, at this juncture where we are not good enough to think we can play some half-cocked kind of game and get away with it. Because against the real good teams, you're not.
The reaction at half-time said it all, didn't it? It just whistles coming from every corner of the ground. Who are the fans blaming?
Well, look, I mean, to put this into context, as you say, the whistles at halftime were about as loud as I think I can ever remember hearing them. They went off when the players came back on in the second half. Marcelo came on for Nacho, and there was the bit of applause when that was announced. When the decision to put Areola on instead of Courtois was announced, that was cheered. And I think at that point, when, of course, we didn't know that he'd been ill at halftime, we didn't know that he had stomach problems and he was feeling dizzy, which is what we were told post-game, the fans cheered that decision. And I think what that tells you is that's the fans saying, wow, this is a really bold thing to do. It's a real statement and it's the right one. So I think that tells you that some of the fingers are pointing at the goalkeeper. Obviously, look, a performance as bad as that all over the pitch can't be focused just on the keeper. But it is true that Courtois, who has been very, very good almost throughout his career, really hasn't since he's returned to Real Madrid. And it's not that he's necessarily done anything horribly wrong, but he hasn't saved things. But I think all round there was a sense that this was flat. Lucas Vázquez, who was possibly the worst performer in the first half, but I think he's a player that everybody knows, look, he's limited compared to others. And people, I think, will revisit Zidane's decision to leave out both James and Bale. After the game, he said that both of them have minor niggles, but that sounded a little bit like a kind of a post-event excuse as much as the actual truth to me.
Quickly, Sid, any chance Real Madrid don't get out of this group?
Well, I'll tell you what, if they'd lost tonight, I would have said, yeah, a very good chance of that, but I don't think it happens now.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.